It's just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Fournette running right. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on a third down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Brady. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out, something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 8. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Darnold. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
You know they pay me extra for this.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight?
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 9 yards that time. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up touchdown, Carolina?
Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And break, the tight end's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Running left, it's Fournette. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On play action, it's Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a play fake, Brady. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
That's how I throw that bit. Oh,
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 103 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. On second down, McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And a little spin cycle, room to run now.
Oh,
and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gonzalo's able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A pass underneath for Fournette. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Again, it's Brady. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now Brady. And it'll be intercepted.
Well, you got put up on the front of him, man.
And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
A final shot before the break. Darnold taking a shot here for Marshall. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready, too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From the 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
182 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
third down. Here's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver.
Bruh, this
Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run with McCaffrey. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Darnold. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Darnold now to throw. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Leonard Fournette, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On play action, now Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well. A handoff to Fournette. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now the pressure gets there.
Hey, that bitch like a
Just
waddle.
inside the 20 at the 19. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. So Sam Darnold, not really known for having the strongest arm in the NFL, but he certainly laid that one out there. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Brady's going to sneak it, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 2 on the play there, and it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, here's Jones. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's a give to Jones running left. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a 2nd down and 6. Running right, Jones. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all.